Right, so this is going to be very interesting. Ever since Elon Musk took over Twitter, we noticed that the journalists had a very interesting narrative saying that the number of hate sprache on the platform has increased. Now, there was some truth to that because Elon Musk did say that he is for freedom of speech, but he's not going to allow slurs and he's not going to allow threats and whatnot. But, like the left likes to live in their own bubble and hear what they want to hear. And they legitimately thought, like, for some bizarre reason, that once Elon Musk takes over Twitter, you can literally say anything you want. So there were like people on the far left that were actually typing the N-word, that they were being incredibly disrespectful towards others, and they all got banned. Like, I remember when that happened, right? But because that happened, there was like an increase for a while in slurs on the platform. And the increase like immediately went down as these people got banned and realized, oh shit, I mean, it's kind of, meet the new boss is just like the old boss. Like, nothing much changed on the platform except that we're more angry now and we can't articulate why. But ever since that happened, the journalists would use like that graph with the increase in slurs in order to justify that the platform now is very dangerous. And I remember Elon Musk going to an interview with a guy from the BBC. And the guy from the BBC couldn't show where the hate speech was. Like, he was like, oh, there is so much hate speech on the platform, and oh my god. And Elon Musk was like, can you give one example? And he couldn't. Now, I do believe that the moderation on Twitter is a lot worse than it used to be, especially nowadays. I see many of my friends getting banned for jokes, metaphors. Like, before, if you were a nobody, if you had a small account, it was very difficult to get banned. But now I see that even small accounts that make a joke or post an offensive meme, they can get zooked. Or musked in this situation. So things have changed, definitely. The idea that hate speech is running amok on Twitter doesn't correlate with reality. And I would also point out that Twitter used to have a lot of hate speech back in 2016. I mean, the internet is a much, much safer place now. Safe, sanitized. Let's say it for what it is. It's a sanitized place where people are controlled what they think, what they say. Doesn't even compare remotely to what the internet was in 2016. I mean, back in the day, you used to say gamer words for a reason, like that existed. And not only that, like the word gay was, like they're complaining, oh my god, like Florida is banning the word gay. The word gay is already banned. I mean, I remember going on a forum and seeing a guy saying that the new patch notes for Diablo are gay, and immediately he got banned. Like, you're not allowed to say it. So, no, like, the internet is surveilled. The idea that you can talk with another person without a chaperone, without someone monitoring you, without an AI filtering and trying to see what you're saying is ridiculous. Especially when it comes to big social media platforms, Twitter included. So now you have, like, this George Soros founded NGO, which is basically saying that they are very concerned about what they found on Twitter, an increase in hate incidents, which they're using in order to advocate for more restrictions, right? Especially now that the elections in the United States are happening. What they like to do is what they did to Bannon. So Bannon used to have a YouTube account, and he said the metaphor, which is heads will roll, which is a metaphor that a lot of people use. He used as well, and that was considered a death threat, right? Even though, like, anyone that watched his YouTube video, even someone that's uncharitable would not be able to interpret it in such a manner. But it was a reason to get rid of him. So a lot of these hate speech things are done in a way that if you're on the left, you can say literally whatever the fuck you want. And if you're on the right, you're under the microscope. And the moment you say a metaphor, the moment you say a joke, you get your entire account terminated. So this is what the George Soros founded NGO wants. Yeah, he wants more restrictions, even though, like, the internet is restricted enough. It wants even more. Okay, so it seems that Elon Musk is suing. I don't think he's going to win because free speech in the United States makes it very difficult to win against a slander or a libel lawsuit. Sometimes it happens, but the burden of proof and the way you need to go about it is very difficult. And especially since the foundations and the NGOs know about this. This is why they use words like hate incidents. I mean, what is a hate incident? Like, what exactly is it? Because it's not a legal definition. Like, for example, they can justify that if you disagree with a woman, that's misogyny. They can justify that if you misgender someone, that's a hate incident. So they can literally say whatever they want. And then when they say an increase in hate incidents, they can say, well, last month there were 5, and this month there are 6. Therefore, it's an increase, right? So it's very difficult to prove that they were lying or slandering, especially when they're using such ambiguous language. However, it is costly for them because when you get sued, you still need to have a lawyer, you still need to do the paperwork, and the prestige of your, I guess, NGO can suffer a hit. It also puts it under the public spotlight. Like, if you're willing to defend yourself in court against something, people are more likely than willing to believe that, well, maybe he does have a point. So, this is what's going to happen, right? Like, it's going to be costly for the NGO to defend itself, especially since in the United States, if you lose the lawsuit, you don't have to pay damages back. Like, I find this to be very bizarre, but it is what it is. Like, for example, if someone sues me and I have to hire a lawyer and I win, that person doesn't get to pay me for the fact that I had to hire a lawyer and it was an expensive thing for me, right? So, this is probably what Elon Musk is doing. And secondly, the discovery part of the process is going to be very interesting because now the NGO is going to have to show what it understands by hate speech. It will have to show how exactly it increased. You're going to see the mainstream media complaining that trillionaire Elon Musk is bullying the NGOs. So it's going to be hilarious. Anyway, I do gotta say though, I really loved this part of the article. When an ex-user drew a parallel between Soros and Magneto, as a Holocaust survivor saying that despite good intentions, the billionaire investor faces constant criticism, Musk said. You assume that they are good intentions, they are not. He wants to erode the very fabric of civilization. Soros hates humanity. The reason I find this funny is because anyone who uses Twitter, and this is not about Elon Musk, like this has happened on Twitter for years now. The people there, they live with World War II and Marvel movies. Like, unironically, every single time. It used to be also with Harry Potter, right? But like every single time you get World War II and Marvel movies references. Oh my god, that's just like Hitler. That's what Hitler said. Oh my god, you're like Thanos. He wants to snap people out of like Thanos. Magneto is like the best of both worlds, right? Like when you bring Magneto, you bring Marvel movies and World War II references. These people just can't fucking help themselves. I don't know, like, surely you can broaden your horizons a little bit more. Like, why not give references from other movies? Titanic or something. Well, why does it have to always be Marvel movies? Let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.